done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record. For the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and age. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. Also coming to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing, so I work the winners and they throw reducers. Guess I have to pivot, shooting their bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, fuck a tax. That's a joke. Tell them laugh. Uncle Sam, fuck out the bag. Brody plot, but get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, 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 whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record.
This is the Great Legend. I'm coming at you live, man. Tonight, the Great Legend's last live show. But hey, man, we got a lot more in store for you tonight here on the Great Legend Show. Your home for comics, cooking, gaming, and the truth. YouTube.com/r.n985. And, hit the bell icon, and you'll always know when the Great Legend is live. Share, like, do as you will. But, man, when you're done watching the Great Legend, man, you're going to have to chill. Now, I just misplaced something, so don't know what happened to it. Interesting. Can't find what I was looking for. Anyways, no doubt, we got a lot of stuff to show you here tonight live. But before we get started, fans, we got to do what we do best, and that is check the chat. All right, man, we got the chat going on. I got it over here. We got Luis Ramirez, 504, man. He's giving that too sweet. That's a too sweet right there, man. Sam's Tangled Web, man. He's here to burn it down, man. It's good to see Sam's Tangled Web. One of the best way out there in the Northwest. Sam's Tangled Web. Oh, man, he's still flaming. All right, he had to put the shades on. It's so hot, it's just too bright. Here tonight live, fans, on the Great Legend Show. Dude, wonder where I put that thing. They fell on the floor. We're going to be doing this pretty soon, fans. This is great stuff. All right, Perry Comics, what's going down, Perry? One of the hottest, best voices, like announcing voices of a live show, is Perry Comics. Make sure you get over there. Check that man out, my man, because this guy, he's the future comic book community, people. He's one of the best. And I don't know, I think he's from Florida, maybe. I'm not, yeah, Florida, yeah. It's going to be awesome, yeah. All right, man, we got the amazing Murfinator. one of the best in there as well, man. Me and Murph, we go way back on the auction scene. Legends Live Auction. One of the originals, man. May have not been the first, but it sure wasn't the last. Legends Live Auctions. Classics. Hey, man, Tom Brady, though, gone too soon. Yeah. SC Kid Gamer, man. What's up, Kid Gamer? Long time no see, man. He's part of the gaming community right there. Coach Vic, one of the best, man. I missed you so much. Coach Vic, man. The Coach Vic 7. We did that Wiz Comics 25, which we also talked about on Tuesday night. Golden Guys over there on the Comic Core. We talked Fawcett Comics, man. It was a really great Fiction House, you know, Chapter House. Whatever those other good Golden Age ones were back in the day from JD Comics. But Coach Vic, yeah, man, that Wiz Comics, that Captain Marvel Jr., very cool. Who else we got up in the chat tonight? Hey, my co-host from Legends Live Show, man, none other than Who Dat Comics and movies. Sorry about that, Who Dat. But yeah, good to see Who Dat in the chat tonight. Sam, I'm still getting to the chat, man. You know I read the chat kind of. Oh, hold on, Who Dat? What's going on here? What's going on here, fella? All right, here we go. Simple Man's Comics, another great man, one of the best. Him and Jack over there at Simple Man's Comics, also known as the Bolo list. It's a different list. You know, it's not like all speculation or all like you're going to become a rich man if you buy these top 10s, right? I mean, totally different list. It's called the Bolo list, put together by Jack DeMaio with the assistance of Simple Man's Comics, my good friend Brian and Jack. But yeah, it's a list that'll give you like some of the things you need to be reading, or not really things you need to be reading, but if you want some reading recommendations, man, they've got a list of them. You know, they study the art. You know, they study the previews mags, man. They know what's coming out before anyone else does, man. So check them out. Check them out when they go live sometimes. Man, we got Mr. Gretzky 9966, man. You've been with me a long time. Man, a long time, Gretzky. Love me some Mr. Gretzky, man. We got O'Brien in the chat. My main man, Music Chatter. When he drinks a lot of soda, he's got to empty the bladder. Ain't no doubt about it, man. Who else we got here? Dr. Silver Age, man. Dr. Silver Age, you're going to get to see some classics, man. It's good to see Rod, the Hot Rod, the original Hot Rod, Dr. Silver Age. Classic. So classic. All right, make sure I'm getting all the chat. Drew Manchu, baby. And I do got some shout-outs for Drew tonight. Oh, man, Rag718, man. Always been with me through the good, through the bad, through the happy, through the sad, man. Good stuff, dude. We need to get caught up in the old times. Hey, hold on real quick. Bam! Got to give it up for Drew Manchu. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get on with this show here, dude. Let's put the bad boys on tonight, man. That's how we rock it here, man. I usually like tucking them in, man. 3D glasses. We're ready to go. Let's get on with this freaking show, man. Y'all are looking great in freaking 3D here tonight live. We're 3D. If you got 3D glasses, you know, make sure you hit the little screen in the YouTube video player and put on your 3D glasses, because tonight we're in 3D. 3D, people. I need to change that in my video description. We're in 3D tonight. All right, so I want to show you, speaking of 3D, I want to show you some of the things that I got in 2019 and in 2020. And some of these things you haven't seen, you know, because I just kind of collect all this stuff. Now, I'm not going to show tonight my Hermes Press Dark Shadows, the complete newspaper strip from 1971, the dailies, all in there. And dude, the weekend one, or the big money one, you know, when they came out with Saturday or the Sunday comic strips, you know, in the newspapers, man, they were just filled with the funny pages, man. But the Dark Shadow strip, dude, Dude, I got the Dark Shadows, man. So Dark Shadows, 1971, Hermes Press. It's still on the bookshelf. Has not been read yet, fans. You know, I'm kind of... John Carlin, gone too soon. Passed away, I believe, on January 22nd, 2020. Of course, John Carlin played Willie Loomis in the infamous classic soap opera from 1966. You know, Carlin joined in 67 as Willie Loomis, but just phenomenal on that show. You know, just a wide range of like great dramatic acting, comedy, drama, you know, romance. Man, John Carlin did it all on Dark Shadows, as all the characters he played on Dark Shadows. But the cool thing is, he won an Emmy for being the police chief guy on Cagney and Lacey. So that was kind of cool. You know, so he was the police chief type dude. So that's a little bit of Dark Shadows. John Carlin, gone too soon. And the Dark Shadows, Hermes Press, newspaper dailies, if you will. All right, so let's go on to some other classics. Now, y'all know I love Don Rosa, but you know, there would be no Don Rosa without Carl Barks. And this is the Christmas in Duckburg by Carl Barks, man. Now, these are more Donald Duck focused, you know, and these, of course, were most of these from Dell 4-color. Man, they sure do look damn good in 3D, man. Dude, the colors just freaking really do. You know, when you say the colors pop off the page, wear your 3D glasses, fans. Look at that. Doesn't it just pop? Those colors. I mean, good God, the 3D. I can't tell if I'm looking at red or yellow or what the hell's going on, man, but it's crazy. So this is freaking awesome. But let me find out what volume this is. Of course, this is the Fantagraphics hardcover series of Carl Barks. And basically, it's the complete Carl Barks, Donald Duck, Uncle Scrooge collection. And it's going to be done in over 30 volumes. This has been done once before in these very expensive leather-bound books. Don Rosa actually has a set of those. So it started out with Volume 5. It was Walt Disney's Donald Duck. It was the Christmas on Bear Mountain, which, of course, 4-color Volume 2, that is Uncle Scrooge first appearance. His first appearance, Uncle Scrooge. This one here, that's the... Okay, so this one would be Volume 21. So they started at Volume 5. They went to Volume 21. So I'm thinking when they do finish Volume 30, they'll go back and do Volume 1 through 4. I mean, that's the plan. I think they did it with... They started with Volume 5 to make sure Scrooge got some literary book time, if you will. You know, not screen time, but literary book time, comic book time, on the panels, you know. What's he gonna? Where else is he gonna be? He's got to get in here because he is an iconic character. I mean, made famous by the man who created him, Carl Barks. Man, there'd be no Don Rosa without Carl Barks. So always get your Carl Barks hardcovers. Read them in 3D. So I get those all the time. My next series I get all the time is Dick Tracy here. This is the complete Chester Gould Dick Tracy dailies. You know, year to year, man. It's freaking awesome. We got 1972 to 74. That's volume 27. And volume 1, I believe, maybe 29 or 1930 or 1931. I mean, it's really... And he did these up until about 1977. Or was it 80? I know Max Allen Collins took it over in, I think, 1980. So, I don't know. Very cool. That's big button brass. You know, they've got big brass, Hope Les, kind of like hopeless, but, you know, Smelt, Dawn Day, Peaches de Cream, and Pike. So look at some of those classic, just classic hand-drawn, Chester Gould style Dick Tracy. You're getting cop drama, crime drama, all rolled into one for one big barrel of fun. Turn your damn Dick Tracy watch on. Let the people know that the Great Legend Show loves some Dick Tracy. And man, look at that. Button and Big Brass. Two good villains. Not Big Button Brass, but there we go. So let's check the chat. Carson? Where's Carson? You here? We got some good chat going on here tonight, man. We got Rag718. He's giving the love to Gretzky. Chris Lorenzo! All right. Chris Lorenzo, just for you. I did pick this one up. I've always wanted this one. This is a very high grade. I would say it's around a 9.2. It's not in Mylar because, you know, this is pretty big. It's one of them golden age sizes, right? So the Mylars I had did not fit this book. So always have some golden age 3mm polyethylene, fans. Not polypropylene, not the clear plastic stuff, you know, but polyethylene. You may have seen them at some of the mom and pa antique shops or antique malls or antique stores where they're in those like kind of thicker cloudy bags. Well, these are those 3mm thicker cloudy bags. Now, they kind of bring your comic out as a more of a matte finish. Now, you may know what I'm talking about. You take your photos to a photo store, but don't see that Robin Williams one. Remember that Robin Williams photo store? Don't go to that photo store. But you go to your photo stores, you know, man. You get your prints. Man, they're on that gloss, man. They got that gloss finish. Man, it's like waxing a Porsche 911. It's got the gloss finish on it. But however, on these, this is like that Walmart finish, you know, where you get your photos back, you know, and it takes a little bit longer. It's not that 1 hour photo. It's not the gloss. It's not the fast glitz or going at the speed of light or doing everything else before someone else does it, you know, or anything like that. It's not that fast. It's not that gloss. It's that, you know, it's that good choice, you know, photo store. Maybe like a Walmart photo store, Sam's Choice. You know, and it's that matte finish style that it used to take a while to get back, but you got the matte finish. Well, this is that kind of finish, and this is called polyethylene, 3mm. Now, I know a lot of you saw the Great Legend do the classic Mylar video, you know, because the great Hans, a.k.a. Mr. Gretzky, you know where I'm going with this, a.k.a. Hans. And everyone, I mean, some of us, you know, me and Rod, Dr. Silver Age, me, Gretzky, Aim High Comics. We know us. Some Captain Strangelove. He told me about the Mylars. He told me about Gerber. And it was my mission to preach the Mylar to the people, you know, and not the sheeple. But however, you know, a lot of us do, you know, buy what we see online. So, if you will, you know, sometimes sheeple works. But we got the Mylar video, man. And now everyone buys the Mylar. But remember, always have some extra polypropylenes, maybe some polyethylenes. Always have some around, you know. Because back in the day, Mr. Gretzky knows the Great Legend did do some good tip videos. So, nose and videos, rhymes. So very fast of the mind. 5 seconds ahead of anyone else in this timeline. All right, so let's show you some keys. Everyone likes car keys, right? Everyone likes keys. Can you hear that? Hear that jingle for all you ASMR fans? Yeah. Feel it. All right, so Denver Broncos. Gone too soon. But anyway, show you some of the keys. Let's go through them a little. All right, from my buddy Carson. Where's Carson? This is one of, let's just show it to you. This is one of Animal Man's first appearances after Infinite Crisis. You know, he had his 5 appearances in Strange Adventures, right? and then he moved on and got his own comic book, Grant Morrison style, right? Remember those? So we had the 5 Strange Adventures. We had 2 issues of Action Comics, and this is issue 522. I can't remember if it's issue 523, no, 553 or 551. You know, so there was this issue and another one right after the other, and this is where Superman, he's they got Cave Carson, Kong Gorilla, Suicide Squad, Animal Man, Rip Hunter, Time Master, give it up, Legends of Tomorrow for life, Immortal Man, Sea Devils, and Dolphin. So they're all in this. So I mean, this is very freaking cool. I've got it in Mylar. It's an Animal Man appearance pre the Grant Morrison Animal Man, so had to get it. The other 2, of course, are in Wonder Woman comics. Some of them George Perez ones, I believe, too, if I'm not mistaken. But sometimes I do get mistaken. So, you know, do your research. Always get different opinions. You know, never just do what one person tells you to do. I mean, if you're new to comic book collecting and you want to know different things, you know, try different outlets. You know, get other people's opinions. You know, don't let, you know, a flashy title, a flashy thumbnail, a flashy channel that has a lot of subscribers dictate your final decision and what you want to do when it comes to comic book collecting. I mean, you're getting some Legends truth here during the Great Legends last live show. We are in 3D tonight. Thank you. Maybe not. Okay. 3D, man. We're in 3D, though, fans. All right, let's check the chat real quick. After that, you know, deep, you know, thoughtful message. Chris Lorenzo, man, it's good to see Chris Lorenzo. Oh, Cougar Comics, yes. Cougar Comics. You know, I knew about, I should have, you know, just to reminisce of Cougar. I love that kitty cat Cougar, by the way. But Cougar Comics, man, one of the first videos, him along with E.T. and Nick, that really went into grading. But more so for me, I got really involved with watching Cougar Comics because he had a great way of grading books. You know, he would actually buy pretty much every type grade you can get just to have kind of as a reference. You know, he would get all of those slabs, so you know he'd have a 2.0, a 2.5, a 3.0, a 3.5, a 4.0, 4.5. Then he could take raw books, compare them to those books, and he also used the Overstreet comic book grading guide. You know, he used that. There's a cool little chart in the front of the book, and it'll, of course, you know, everything is subject to opinion. CGC, CBCS, PGX, all those other ones. They're all different human beings grading the comic book. So they're going to see things differently than some of the other graders. You know, I know some of the companies may have 2 graders and maybe they'll pick the average, you know what I mean, and go with that. But, you know, a lot of times it's subject to that person's opinion that is grading the book at any given time. So if you go and subscribe to Cougar Comics tonight and you go back and look at some of those videos he did about grading, I mean, you're going to improve your mind, you're going to improve your thinking, you're going to learn more by watching that video than you will by watching, say, a top 10 video or a video that's trying to tell you what to buy. Instead of thinking about what to buy, think about what you need to learn. And what you need to learn is over there at Cougar Comics. Great. Cougar, you're one of the best, man. One of the best. The Forgotten Heroes, man. That's what Cougar and you are, Rod. Hippies Collectibles, Captain Strangelove, you know, Steven Spock, all the old timers of the comic book community. Man, the legits, dude. The freaking Hall of Fame legits. And I'm talking about the men that's, you know, in their, actually they're in their prime. You know, the 43-year-olds and up, because I'm 42. But yeah, man, that's what it's all about. But let me show you some of these books here. This year was an excellent year. I finally got, or, you know, whatever. I did get the package in 2020. It did take a while to get going there. But I got my final 5 Jonah Hex Weird Western Tales appearances. Damn, dude. These are freaking keys to me, man. These are keys like no other. Just look at that, man. Dude's drinking the water, man. With a 3D, it looks like the waterfall. The dude's cowboy hat in the water. It looks like I can touch it, but you know when you try to grab it some 3D, you can't touch it, right? But it looks like I can touch the waterfall. So if you have your 3D glasses on, you'll see the same thing. That's issue number 19. Dude, I'm showing them out of order. My bad, but we are live. That's a hanging cover. That's number 17. Hey, check that out, man. Who Dat Comics? $5 donation, man. Jonah Hex, baby. Dude, Who Dat Comics, man. Thank you for your live shows, friendship, and chats. Hope this isn't very last live show. Gone too soon. Auction tonight, man. 9:30 on Keep It Thorough, fans. Keep It Thorough, Cuboro, one of the best. Another great voice on the microphone, man. I mean, he's got that. He's got that Bub's comic style auction hosting down, you know. Although, dude, when I watch Bub, dude, it's like I'm watching QVC. Damn, it's good. All right, that's issue 20. Like some kind of Indians, Native American might be getting him. Okay. I like this one. You know, I do like a good Bigfoot type monster. You know, if you played Red Dead Redemption 1, you know, with John Marston's coming out party, you got to do that mission where there was a Sasquatch up in tall trees near Dutch Vanderland's gang. God dang, there's like all kind of hangings going on in this mess. This is Jonah Hex hanging covers here, man. Dude, gone too soon. Yeah, there he is again, man. And he was drinking poison there, not water. Poison. He only thought he knew what Jonah Hex put one on him. So, yeah, we got the Jonah Hex, dude. Jonah Hex fan club right there, man. All right, so now I've got these. Now, I'm not done collecting this series. I'm getting close. I think I got maybe less than 10. We've got some Dark Shadows, man. Dark freaking Shadows. Now, the numbers are usually printed on the inside of the book, and I don't know if these are in order or not, but nice painted covers. Some nice gold keys. It really does say key on there. Gold key. And the year on these, they're probably 1970 to 71. I think they started doing these, you know, later during the fourth year, basically, in 1970. Because once this series pretty much finished, they quit the comic. I think that's when they started the dailies in 71. No, that couldn't be right, because there's more of these. But, you know, whatever. Dark Shadows is for life. You know what it's all about. You know it's all about Barnabas. They're bringing back this TV show. They're remaking it for today's young folks. It's going to be called Dark Shadows. You know, that's what we're talking about tonight, fans, is Dark Shadows. And the impact it had on pop culture. Oh, man, look at that. It's like he's going through the painting and stuff. I don't know if he's like trying to grab his cane out of the painting or if his cane is trying to suck him into the painting. You know, you really never know. But if you really think about it and you think about the artistic, what the cover artist wanted to do in this image that depicts Barnabas Collins, possibly going through a portrait to another timeline, another dimension. It was not normal for them to go with those kind of storylines. They did have parallel realities, you know. They had time travel. They had a staircase that took them to the future. Dude, I mean, this was Dark freaking Shadows. You never knew what you were going to get, but you knew you were going to get Dark Shadows. Yeah, again, just beautiful comic books, you know, for the last live show. Showing you the true, you know, passion, the true, you know, through the years, through the 10 plus years I've been on here. The passion, you know, what I've come from to what I became. You know what I'm saying? If you open up your mind to other realities. That's good shit, pal. All right, so. Oh, don't want to show that one yet. Whoa, getting frisky there. Getting frisky, people. Okay, so what I like to read my comic books, but sometimes I don't want to get them in single issues. You know, single issues are hard to come by, especially if you're looking for one of the hot series. You know, say you've just heard about Chew by John Layman and Rob Guillory, or you just heard about Farmhand, or maybe you heard about East of West, you know, by Hickman there. Or you know, you got to throw out Comic Man Andy, man. You got to give him some love. You got to give him some love for that Saga passion. Probably one of the best YouTube comic book community members that has that passion for Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples' Saga. Man, one of the greatest stories of the last decade. So yeah, let me show you some stuff here. I got this right here. It is the Walking Dead Compendium 4. You know, this was the last one I needed. And it is the issues 145 to the last issue, 193. So, you know, those Walking Dead books, I was getting them for a time. But I A-OK'd all my Walking Dead single issues to a buddy of mine, Jeremy, a.k.a. Trinity Comics, Trinity Entertainment. This is volume 3. This collects issue 97 to 144. Look at that one. The Walking Dead Compendium 2. Dude, issue 49 to 96. Damn. Look at that, man. It's like a phone book of goodness, right? Compendium number 1. A little dusty. It's been up in the closet up there. Issue 1 through 48. They're pretty heavy. I gotta put these down. These are like bricks, man. Whew. All right. Huge fan of Injustice, the video game, man. When that game came out, I was pretty much the damn best you could ever find or ever fight against on that game. On Injustice number 1 on the Xbox 360, when I played King of the Hill, I played it for the kill. Man, I got 22-0 before I was defeated by this dude named King Joe. No lie. True story, bro. It was awesome. 22-0. And I had all my friends in there. I had Rorschach's Journal, a.k.a. a comic book mom's husband. Y'all remember Craig? I had him in there. I had his brother in there. Brad Creates. All Brad was creating that night was just getting his ass whooped. And then we had Big Ben, Hulk Smash Puny Comics, man. He was in there too. He's getting his ass whooped. All them people. Then old King Joe, you know, I kind of let him win, you know. You got to help the others, you know. All right, but I want to tell you about this. Let's check the chat real quick because we got some people in the chat. Hold on, my main man's in here. We got Fish Tropic in the chat. Damn straight. My main man Seawood19 is also in the chat too. Two of the best, man. Hey, did you know Who Dat Comics actually inspired Seawoodard19 to make a video? That's what it's all about. Putting people first before you put yourself first. Me and JD Comics always talk about givers and we talk about takers. And I'm not talking about The Undertaker. I'm talking about the people that be taken from you. Yo, Legend, what's the GPA of this? Yo, Legend, what's the GPA of this book? You know, blah, 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 blah. You know, only ask you when they want something. You know, them kind of people. But yeah, man, great stuff. Who Dat, Seawood19, Fish Tropic is here. Who else we got here tonight, man? We got a lot of great people in the chat tonight, man. Steven Spock is here, still rocking and a rolling. Lord Tatman, it's good to see the Lord in the house. J Hood freaking creative. I wish I lived in the day when I could have painted those. Oh yeah, you're painted covers. They would look fine on a Dell Gold Key, man. Well, Dell 4-color and then, Gold Key. But good to see, man. We had that awesome show a while back. Coach Vic was in here earlier. Wiz Comics 25, great review. We did over there on J Hood Creative's channel. We have got Mr. White Gloves. You could use that to take out an undead. I mean, yeah, you could just drop the you could drop the 4 or they're compendiums, but they're like omnibuses kind of, but compendiums, I guess, are soft cover. Maybe omnibuses are only hardcover. I don't know. But all those things be just crushing zombies, man. It's good to see Splash Page Comics in the house. We got the Comic Assassin in the house. Main man with the bandana. Man, looking good in the neighborhood when he's showing the books, when he's got the looks. All right, man. We got Z. Oh, Z Collects in the house, man. Z Collects just subscribed me a while back. Let's give him a shout out on the screen. 19 days ago, man, Z Collects, man, was in the house. And he's still here with us today. Fish Tropic is also in the house. Double S, too sweet. Double S, man. Double S comic reader, just too sweet. But Injustice 2, also another kick-ass game. I was, after kicking everyone's ass on Injustice, the first game, I started reading the comic book, and the way I read it, I didn't read the single issues. I was a little late to the station, and I missed out on the Injustice single issues. And man, that's some good stuff right there. But I rather read them in the hardcovers, and these are the little thinner hardcovers. But I got Injustice number 1. This is Injustice 2, actually. Injustice 2, Volume 1. Injustice 2, Volume 2. Volume 3 there. All by Tom Taylor. Who's the artwork by here? K. Perkins, Mike S. Miller. We got Bruno Redondo and Marco Santucci. Number 4. That's still sealed right there. It's a good one, too. And then number 5 is in one of my boxes somewhere that I haven't opened. But I noticed that I missed this on my pre-orders, and I got the Injustice versus Masters of the Universe. Now, that's freaking awesome, dude. Like, I've got the DC line of Masters of the Universe comics that came out in 2011. And some of those are worth a lot of money because they were low print run. And the art is just phenomenal on them. So look for those. The first volume was 6 issues. The second volume went somewhere up into the low 20s, maybe the high teens. But Masters of the Universe, man, good stuff. I've got another. I've got this singles of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe against the Thundercats, though. So that's freaking cool. So if you're not reading some freaking Injustice, what I recommend is start with Injustice Gods Among Us. You can get the whole book, the 2 little hardcovers. I think there's even an omnibus of all of the Injustice, and then Injustice Year 2, Injustice Year 3, Injustice Year 4, Injustice Year 5. You get those bad boys. Then you play the Injustice 2 video game, which is on Xbox One or PS4. You get that game, you beat its storyline, and then you start reading Injustice 2 all the way through. And, man, you're going to get a good read, no doubt about it. Take it to the bank. Kane. All right, so smash that like button. Bub's Comics still in the house, one of the best voices in the neighborhood. If you ever can get Bub to be your voice on an auction or a pop-up shop, man, let Bub know, because he's got a voice that needs to be heard for show, man. That's what I'm talking about. Bub's Comics, man. Comic Core, man. Comic Core's in the house. We got some Comic Core announcements pretty soon. And there's Seawood19 lurking in the chat room. But hey, fans, so That is some kick-ass stuff right there. And I have not read any of the Injustice 2s yet. I have not read any of the Walking Dead yet. But there is something I've been reading I want to show you. There's this awesome show on the Comicore channel, and you can find the Comicore by clicking in the video description down below and clicking on the link and go over there to the Comicore. But the cool thing is they have an awesome show on Monday night. It's hosted by C. Woodard19, and the co-hosts are Discovery Bay and Comic Man Andy, and occasionally you'll get our special guest Drew Manchu for his commentary over the books. But it's called Modern Men, and they review modern books. Now, to me personally, you know, the Great Legend's been in the business a long time, rapping and representing the comic book community as the only one can, and that's the damn truth. But anyway, you know, so Modern Men is a great show on Comicore that they look at books that are 1980 to present day comic book stories. You know, normally Volume 1 trades are popular story arcs throughout the ages that have meant something to the comic book community. Not just our little YouTube community, but comic book community fans all around the world in all the countries of the world as well. So you take those awesome things like Days of Future Past, or the Frank Miller run of Daredevil, or Saga Volume 1, or a book that they told me about called Paper Girls. Now, if my great brother, or I would say probably distant cousin, possibly off the same branch somewhere, but the Amishman, you know, hardcover, then you know it's a good book. But this is the Image, you know, the deluxe edition, or whatever they call them. They're the hardback editions that usually contain issues 1 through 10. You get a good 10 issue off these. And this is Paper Girls Book 1. They reviewed this book. You know, they talked about it. I read the book. It was freaking phenomenal. Because I read this book before I was guest starring on the show when C. Woodard couldn't make the show one night. So I got to kind of guest star on there, and Discovery Bay and Comic Man Andy hosted, and me and Drew, man, we were talking about Paper Girls. Another funny story was back when me and Drew were on Blaster Stash It, or one of those times. I don't know if we were ever on at the same time very much on Blaster Stash It. I don't remember. I don't think so, though. He told people that watch Blaster Stash It to read some Paper Girls. It's a good story. But, man, I forgot all about that because I watch more Comicore than I do Blaster Stash It. So, you know, gone too soon. But Paper Girls, dude, 1 through 10, great read. Loved it so much. Not only did I get this Volume 1, you guessed it, I got Volume 2. Metallic cover, you know, you gotta love that. Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chiang, all the greats. Matt Wilson, Jared K. Fletcher, all 4 of them. You know, the 4 names, letterer, the colorer, you know. Word to your freaking mother. It's BKV on the scene with Cliff Chiang of Wonder Woman New 52 fame. Now, I have not read number 2 yet, okay? So much to read, so little time. But I love the story so much. So what grade is it? What? It's a 9-8. Okay. But no, just dropping it down, man. Look at the art, man. Look at the artwork, man. This is Paper Girls number 1. You want the stats? Do you really want the stats? You want the byline? You want the stats? Man, you're going to get them. Paper Girls number 1, Image Comics, October 2015. Signed by Brian K. Vaughan, Cliff Chiang, Matt Wilson, and Jared K. Fletcher on October 8th, 2015. Brian K. Vaughan art, Cliff Chiang cover and art. First appearance of Aaron, Mac, Tiffany, and KJ. Wraparound cover You can flip it on the front. You can wrap it to the back. You can wrap it to the back. You can wrap it to the front. You got that. You got the front. You got that back. Speaking of back, Carson, I like halfbacks. I know some people like fullbacks, but I do like halfbacks. I know our good man, Comic Spectre, he loves a good hard fullback. Damn. Good God. But you know me, I'm a halfback kind of guy. Because with halfbacks, you can fit more books in your short box. And if you don't move your short box a lot, you don't need a hardback because you're not moving the box back and forth, house to house, state to state. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. I know some people like it firm, some people like it hard. I know the great Amishmen probably liked it hard. And last but not least, well, before I'll get to those here in a minute, but the ones that I've been reading, when Watchmen came on HBO, I just had to see it. Watchmen's one of my favorite stories. The first time I ever heard about DC's Watchmen was, quite frankly, when I got back into the comic book community. DC's Watchmen, Alan Moore, dude, need I say more, man? Just freaking awesome. But Howler Mouse, Ghost Critic, Costin Bromstar, Oddfellows Thoughts, some of those guys were doing the Watchmen. They would take one chapter out of the 12 chapters of Watchmen and do a review and an analysis of that chapter, and then they compiled them all together in this cool playlist. It was just really cool, and that's when I had already seen Watchmen the movie. I was on the fence if I wanted to try to read the book or whatnot. But after I watched those videos, dude, I just had to read it. Fell in love with the story. I've read it twice already. No, actually, I read it 3 times. Yeah, good God, I read that thing 3 times so far. And it gets better every time. It's like when you read something a second time, you can pick and find things that you missed the first time, or even the third or the fourth. I mean, you can just keep learning the more you read something. And you'll find different things, and you'll find, like, even things in the comic that Alan Moore or whatnot wanted you to see, or something he wanted to point out. But this read was excellent. Hardcover before Watchmen. I have all of these in this style, the thin hardcover. This is the Night Owl and Dr. Manhattan storyline, and all both written by J. Michael Straczynski. But we had some really good Adam Hughes art, interiors on the Night Owl story, and I really dug it. It was really cool to see some interiors by him. Actually, it was Andy Kubert, my bad. But the Andy Kubert art was really good. I like Andy Kubert's style. It's pretty awesome. He got to hang out with this. I won't even tell you the story, but it's one of the Easter eggs. When Silk Spectre and Night Owl, a.k.a. Dan Dryberg, Sally Jupiter, Lori Jupiter, went down into his, cave or whatever, she found a picture of this, like, sexy girl, sexy villain almost. And that villain is the main, side character in the Night Owl story. And you do get some Rorschach in there as well. The next one is the one I want to talk about, man. The Before Watchmen Dr. Manhattan storyline. Dude, holy crap, man. It was awesome. It was kind of like that episode when Dr. Manhattan was coming on to Angela Abar, the sister night on the Watchmen HBO series. Where the way he's talking, and he's taking you into the future, he's taking you into the past, he's looking at the present, but then he's back to the future, and he's all over the place. But it works out great in this story, man. Tell that J. Michael Straczynski, he was putting on a good show. And here's that kind of Adam Hughes style. And it really fits because, to me, Adam Hughes is like a Norman Rockwell style. The guy that did the illustrations for, I think it was Saturday Evening Post or whatnot. It's that kind of old school 1950s, paint a billboard, draw someone drinking a Coke Classic, the Coke bottles by then. You know, the cool 1950s cars that looked futuristic. But yeah, just great stuff. I mean, really great artwork. The storyline was excellent. You just got to feel a lot for old John Osterman. Gone too soon. Before Watchmen, though, man, great story. Currently, I am on the 3rd issue, if it will, on the Before Watchmen comedian series. This is Brian Azzarello and J.G. Jones. This is really good stuff, too. You've got this story. I'm going to show you the first page. And he's playing football with some brothers, with 3 brothers. First off, there's one of his crazy comedian masks right there. But anyway. There we go. Playing with these brothers here. You got old Robert Kennedy, Ted Kennedy, and old JFK. They're all playing football together. So that's kind of how that one goes, dude. That's pretty freaking cool, right? Pretty awesome. All right. Let's check that chat. And then I'm going to talk about some single issues, and then I'm going to get to our the real announcement. The big announcement isn't that this is my last live show. It is my last live show, but that's not even... There's actually like another announcement, and then the big announcement. I mean, gosh, man. That's what I'm talking about. Rob, I absolutely enjoyed your collecting and knowledge you have shared with the community. Absolute joy, buddy. Man, that's old OMG Chris. Him and Freedom holding it down. Unscripted. Take one only video. One of the best. One of the legits, too. The old school G's, man. Like Gretzky. Yeah, man, J Hood. J Hood said that's a great volume, both Kubert and Adam Hughes, man. Before Watchmen came with a lot of hype, but I never heard many people talking about it. I read the trades recently. I was surprised how good they were. I like the comedian before Watchmen stuff. Got the JFK stuff. Yeah, the comic assassin. That's right, man. I think that also started Joe Kubert's last. Yeah, because Joe Kubert, gone too soon. Real close, counting down the years on that one. But, yeah, they're really good. So if y'all read these before Watchmen, try to pick them up. I'll let you know right now, if you go down in the video description below, go to mycomicshop.com, click on the link in the video description, and that way you type in before Watchmen. They have a lot of the single issues, and I think they still have some of those hardcovers too. So click in the video description down below. Use that link because it helps the Great Legend Show. It just shows your love and compassion for the Great Legend Show. I'll give you that little, who's my boy, Orange Cassidy, little thumb. All right, so now my single issues. East to West final issue came out. I don't know where it is in one of these boxes, or my comic shop hasn't sent me my last haul from them, or my last. I get my books delivered monthly, so a lot of the stuff I do read on the iPad. But the cool thing is, I got the East to West, so I got that one all done. So I'm still doing Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp's Green Lantern. Their 3-issue break was really good. It wasn't really a break. It was just a totally different storyline, but it's going to lead into Green Lantern Season 2, so I'm so excited for that. I love Grant Morrison's writing. I love all that stuff he does because he knows all about that Legends Truth, man. That's what he's doing. He's incorporating a lot of the Legends Truth in some of those stories, but the thing is, you have to look between the lines of this reality to grab it and find it and pull it out and understand it, because if you don't, you still are living in that bubble. You're just living in the bubble. You're running the hamster wheel. You're running in the hamster wheel, doing what the society wants you to do. AKA one of my favorites, They Live, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Watch it, you'll understand it. And then when you can slow down time in your mind and pull things out of the fabric of this digital reality, and you can use those things to your advantage, then you'll know when you got that power, just like the Great Legend Show. But that's what you do, man. That's how you do it. Freshly squeezed. Who Dat says, will you do more recorded Legends truths? Well, we'll find out, because I'm just getting there. Because, after the Green Lantern. Who Dat, good point. We're going to get back to Who Dat's question. But I'm also reading Shazam. Shazam's been phenomenal. Love that series. Old Dale Eaglesham, man. Doing it right, dude. I mean, I love my Jeff Johns, but old Eaglesham's, he's putting it down, dude. He's putting it down over there. Billy Batson's making some big decisions. There's some deception going on. Black Adam, King Kid, Mr. Mind, Dr. Thaddeus, Savannah, trying to open up, and they're getting very close to opening up that last door to the Monster Lands to unlock the Monster Society of Evil. And I can see Jeff Johns like cutting it off at 12, right when they open up the the doors to release the Monster Society of Evil. I see that stopping at issue 12, so they can get a 7 through 12 trade, and then put together one of those thicker, one of these types, or maybe a thinner, like Injustice size of Shazam 1 through 12, because that would be, it's an excellent story, great stuff, great continuity. It follows right after Shazam Origins, which was the miniseries in the back of the New 52 Justice League, a serial of itself. If you don't know what a serial is, look that up. Golden Age serials, Captain Marvel, Monster Society of Evil. But man, check that out. So Shazam's been excellent. Let's see, what else have I been reading that's single issues? Fantastic Four. Man, Dan Slott, he knows what he got, man. He's got the damn finest family in Marvel's history. November 1961. There would be no human-type superheroes, man, if it wasn't for Stan the Man and Fantastic Four. But no, when I say superheroes, I mean like the that outline. I've got a great video back in time. The outline of Stan Lee, what the Marvel Age means to me. It's a video, you can look it up on the Great Legend Shows past and learn a little bit more. But it's really good because I talk about how Stan, was used to doing these monsters in the 50s. Monsters were big. Godzilla was huge. Mothra, all the classics like that. King of the Monsters stuff. That stuff was huge. Sci-fi, stuff like that. Those mysterious stories. All of that good stuff. You were kind of coming out of that, what Don Rosa calls the Atomic Age. You were coming out of that. And, of course, 1958, Carmine started rehashing some of those Golden Age greats, changing them around a little bit. It's like we do today if we were to make Thor female, a.k.a. Jane Foster, or make Bobby Drake homosexual, make Iceman gay. It's kind of like doing that. Carmine Infantino did it in 1958, people. He took Flash Comics #1 by Timely. And he created, Jay Garrick, what Jay Garrick? I'm creating Barry Allen. And man, Barry Allen, dude, where, and then what do we got today? We got all the other great, the Wally West, all of them, man. So, Kid Flash, Wallace West or whatnot, the grandson, Bart Allen, Blink, man, we got them all. We got the Chinese Superman, Justice League of China's version of Flash. I can't even remember her name because I haven't read it in a while. Sorry about that. Great series, by the way. Me and Drew actually, both agree for once together that the Keenan Kong, all new Superman, Chinese Superman, is the best Superman of all time. Hands down, man. Best Superman of all time. Gone too soon. It was gone too soon, though. But yeah, so just keep reading what you read, and man, enjoy your comic book community. So what else we got? I got one last announcement to make. So even though this is the last live show, you're still going to get shows on the Great Legend Show channel. It's just going to be a lot. It's going to be a throwback channel. It's going to be a different style. You're going to get a different feel for what I do over there on that channel. It's not going to be live anymore over there, fans. So occasionally you may get a 1/4 One Life. You might get a cooking video. The Great Chef may return. That was a great show, The Great Chef Show. Check out the playlist on youtube.com/rdowdy95 and you'll know The Great Chef has something for you. But what's kick-ass is I got that coming up. We're going to be doing some more reviews. We're just going to be changing it up a little bit. But the final news of the hour is there's only one way you're going to be able to get the Great Legend, because I got another announcement. The Great Legend is not going to be coming on any other live shows. The Great Legend is not going to be a special guest on any other live shows. The Great Legend is done. Great Legend's is retired from the live shows on the Great Legend show and retired on any show that anyone else has in the comic book community. It is what it is. But the place where you will be able to find the Great Legend show live every Friday night, 9 Central Standard Time to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, is Comic-Core Fridays on the Rails. Man, we got one of the best shows, if you didn't know, on Friday nights, man. Hosted by the great C. Woodard19 and co-hosted by Cat Wren Figures, also known as Cinema Figures. She's got the Cat Wren Figures channel. She's got the Cinema Figures channel. 2 great channels, 1 great gal. Cat Wren is what you need. Also, Mark BKR90 is just like one of the bonus features on a DVD or a Blu-ray, fans. You get the Mark Behind the Bar segments, exclusive to Cat Wren Figures, where he mixes up some of the greatest drinks, and when he drinks them, the man that may actually think that he either made a good drink or a bad one, but no doubt about it, he's getting wasted, man. It's a sight to see. Then we have Filibust himself, Drew Manchu. And by the way, one of the better gamers out there that I've gamed against has been Drew Manchu. He's pretty damn good at the games. He's got the greatest reviews you're ever going to see. You need to make sure you watch Drew Manchu's reviews on the Comic-Core. He drops them every now and then. When he reads a good book, he'll take you on a ride, and he'll let you know if you need to get inside. Inside the book, that is, fans. Not inside of him. But last but not least, our producer, the man that works behind the scenes. The Comic-Core wouldn't be possible without Comic-Core Chad. Comic-Core, man. It wouldn't even be a thing without Chad, you know. Chad always is looking out for us, doing the schedules, booking the appointments, booking the shows, booking the hotels, booking the rides, booking the food, taking us to the steak dinners, you know, showing us the way. And is Comic-Core Chad. He's kind of like Vince McMahon, in fact, that he does work from the gorilla position and he doesn't like being thanked a lot. Have y'all ever heard that? You know, Vince McMahon doesn't like getting thank yous or whatnot. But when you're the Great Legend, you can thank anyone you want. You know, you don't have to ask for permission. So Chad, one of the best. Thanks, brother. And man, we got some other great people in the chat, and then I'm going to talk about some other shows we have on the Comic-Core and what we have on store on the Comic-Core. We got Rag718. He's like, live auction. No, I ain't got no auctions tonight, man. I'm retired from those, dude. We got Drew Manchu, Piper Gone Too Soon, Fuchsia Only, one of the best, Checker and Soldier Only out. They're always doing their live Married with Issues, usually on Sundays, I believe. That's their normal time, is on Sundays. So great to see you, Fuchsia. And Easy E, the game hunter, the man himself. He's going to big places. He's going back to the ring pretty soon. Once he gets his, United States military service out of the way, he's going to be stepping in a New York ring near you on the indie scene, making a name for himself in the professional wrestling community, fans. So y'all watch out for this guy. He's a big mother effer, and he's going to be beating the hell out of some people. And I want him, like me personally, I would love to see him kind of model his move set off Brody Lee, a.k.a. Luke Harper. If you can get that Brody Lee, dude, get that move set, be a big man that could do them like Hurricane Ranas and stuff, man. That's good stuff, dude. So let me tell you a little bit more about the other shows on the Comic-Core. Comic-Core was founded basically with a small panel on a Friday night show that changed the comic community for the better, sharing the positivity in the comic book community. Nothing wrong with that. No need to get upset at that channel for spreading the love and spreading the positivity and spreading the includingness of everyone. It includes everybody. You ever want to do a show, let Chad know. He'll get you on the scene and get you on the Comic Core for some screen time. It's going to be awesome. So, and we got another update about screen time as well. And we'll be doing that. We'll be bringing that out soon. I'm not going to discuss that on this channel. That's Comic Core business. But it's going to be a way to involve people live in a certain state, southeast United States, America. It's kind of a little different. The panhandle there is a little different. It's more straight down. I thought it was more diagonal to the right, but okay, whatever. Mandela effect, hashtag. All right, so anyway, we have some other great shows on the Comic Core. We have on Monday, of course, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, we have Modern Men. Modern Men's one of the hottest shows, starring C. Woodard 19, Discovery Bay Comics, Comic Man Andy, and Drew Manchu. Man, check that one out. They're going to go over some of the greatest modern era reads in comic books. Next up, Tuesday night, thank you for being a friend. We got the Golden Guys, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. You can't beat the Golden Guys with JD Comics, DS Comics, Knights of Old, and Midwest Comic Man. When they let you know what they do, decades gone too soon. Wednesday night, the greatest comic book show ever. Whitewell Comics hosting. John's Comics with Kids, Gone Too Soon, Comics Explained, and Bear Island Comics, as they are the greatest comic book show on earth. More so a comedy show, but very good. Check them out. Thursday, on occasion, you can get special edition on Outside the Issues. You can get these special edition encore performances of Outside the Issues, where we talk about TV shows, movies, video games, anything that is outside the issues. So no comic book talk, just pop culture in general. And then, like I said before, and I'll say it again, and let me tell you, Outside the Issues, hosted by Kat Wren Figures and whoever she has on with her that night. It could just be Kat and Drew, you never know. And then back to Friday, Comic Core on the rails. Then coming up soon, Saturday night, possibly this Saturday night, fans, on the Comic Core, we got the Comic Core game show. You heard me. I said game show. We got the Comic Core game show, fans, and tonight we're going to have 2 teams of 2 battle it out for comic supremacy. Who knows the most trivia? Who knows the most covers? Who knows the most heroes? Who knows their lovers? You're only going to see that on the Comic Core game show. And then following the Comic Core game show, about 5 to 10 minutes after, you're going to have Kat Wren Figures and the Great Legend Show hosts the post-game report. Post-game show report is going to be coming at you live right after the game show. So you're going to get inside interviews as me and Kat Wren interview the comic book community as they go toe-to-toe, tag team versus tag team, on the greatest game show. You're going to get that live on the Comic Core. Man, it's going to be great. We got a lot of things in store over there, and that's the only place you're going to see the Great Legend live. And fans, if you've been watching this whole time, thank you so much. This is the Great Legend saying peace out, God bless.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record. Been a little too count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record, I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record. Price for y'all, snake eyes on dice for y'all, shoulders on ice for y'all. 8-6 all the hate, I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the. On record, off record, I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record, I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record. You ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way.
Just do what you want with Watch it bend.